What's going on, Slot Car family? That was difficult doing a slide while kneeling down. I could have easily raised the stand, but seemed like too much effort. So, how's everyone doing? MP Slot Car here. I'm Massimo, as you all probably already know. I'm actually about 2 hours away from leaving for the airport at the time of shooting this to head over to the UK Slot Car Fest with Raul. But I want to film this very quickly. The good people from Scalextric sent me over their summer list of releases. I signed an NDA with them, and they were kind enough to send me their upcoming releases. So I want to go over those with you and talk about the ones I'm very excited for. So first up, we have this Dodge Monaco Chicago Fire Department car here. And I don't know, I think it looks pretty cool. I'm not big on these type of cars, but I'm sure there's a market out there for them, and it's still pretty cool that Scalextric does stuff like this. Next up, we have a rally car, but it's a little bit different. It's a Subaru Impreza WRX Police Edition, and I think this looks pretty cool. I love my rally cars, and being a police version, something different. I like it, pretty cool. Now, a Porsche 911. Who doesn't like a 911? And this is the Valiant color scheme. I've always liked this livery. It's very cool. You know, a lot of different colors going on here, but it works. And I think this looks like a pretty cool 911 RSR. Maybe I'll add it to my collection. We'll see. I have to see it in person, but it looks pretty cool from this picture. Now, this one is the first one that I'm actually really excited for, and I know I'm grabbing for sure. Funnily enough, I don't own any of these movie or pop culture cars from Scalextric yet, but this will be my first purchase, guaranteed. And it's the John Wick Ford Mustang. One, because I love the Ford Mustangs, and this exact Boss Mustang here is one of my favorites. And the fact that it's John Wick, I love the series, an awesome series. And the car itself is amazing. So I'm very glad the Scalextric is making this car, and I will be picking this one up, guaranteed. Next, we have another rally car, and it's a Ford Puma, and this one looks pretty cool. It's a Red Bull livery Ford Puma. I think it looks pretty badass. Again, I love rally cars. I don't really own any at the moment, so it'd be cool to get one of these. I think this looks, again, very awesome. I'm glad the Scalextric is making rally cars because there's not many out there, so hats off to you. Next up, we have a Jaguar MK2. Not my cup of tea, but it's still a pretty cool looking Jag. I'll give it that. Will I pick it up? Probably not, but I mean, it is cool, and I'm sure there is a market out there for them. Then we have the car that Scalextric released a few days ago, the Ford Anglia. I'm probably pronouncing that totally wrong, and I apologize, but it's the Harry Potter Ford that, I forget exactly which Harry Potter movie it's in, but I'm hoping that this car finally gets my girlfriend Serena into a video, because she's been kind of iffy about coming on to the channel. But this might get her on there because she's a huge Harry Potter fan, so I would like to get her on the channel to talk about what this car means to her, what part it played in the movie, and maybe get her to do some laps. Possibly. She's praying not to hear me. We got another Jaguar here, the MK1. Again, very cool. I like this one because it's that nice Jaguar green. Will I pick it up? Again, probably not. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not saying it's not cool though. But yeah, there you go, another Jaguar. Now this is a little bit more in my wheelhouse. It's a Williams FW11B 1987. This, most likely I'm gonna pick up. It's an F1 car, I collect them and can never get enough. So very cool that they're making another historic F1 car. I'm glad that they're still making them. Good stuff. Then we have a Shelby Cobra in a Golf livery. I love these Cobras. I mean, this looks pretty cool with the Golf livery. It's on my maybe list. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna get it for sure, but it's on my maybe list. For all these cars, let me know in the comments below if you'll be picking them up. I mean, it looks like a pretty decent summer release list here. Pretty decent. Now we got this very cool Ford Escort in this green livery here with the, I guess that's like a gold. I think this looks pretty cool. It's an Escort RSR, and I might get this one. I like Ford Escorts. I don't own any actually right now in my collection, and I think this one looks pretty cool. The livery looks, I don't know, it looks pretty neat. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I think it looks pretty cool. Then we have a Volkswagen Golf. So they already released the red version of this car. that people weren't too sure about the color, but now we're getting more of a racy version of it. And I think this looks neat. This one I probably will be picking up. I think it looks pretty cool in this racing livery. And I love the Mark 1 GTIs. I have a lot of memories with them when I was younger. My friend had one. So, I mean, just looking at this car brings back memories. So it's one that I'm probably gonna have to pick up. I mean, it looks pretty cool. And we got a Porsche 911 GT3. Again, cool livery. You can never get enough GT3s, can you? We got the James Bond AMC. I mean, AMC is a pretty awesome brand, and this car looks pretty cool from this render of it. I'd have to see it in person, but I mean, from my first impressions, a thumbs up. Good job. I'm glad that they're making these James Bond cars and all these movie cars. There's a couple other James Bond cars here as well, I believe. So then we got this James Bond Aston Martin DB5, the 60th anniversary gold edition. I mean, this looks cool. For any James Bond fan, this is gonna be on your list for sure. And I mean, this looks like a pretty cool Aston Martin. On my maybe list, I like James Bond movies. I don't own any of the cars, but maybe this one. I mean, I keep saying maybe, and this list is growing, so I gotta kind of cool it a little bit. Because there is one car here that I do want, for sure, another one. Said that a few times already. But it is this Williams FW45 Alexander Albon in this Golf livery. I'm so happy that they're releasing this car. They raced this livery for about, I think, 3 or 4 races last season. The Golf livery version of it. So it was just a special livery that they ran for a few events in this Golf livery. And I think it was one of my favorite liveries of the season. It looks great. So I'm very excited that they're releasing this car. I know it's coming in a set. They're releasing a Williams set with both liveries. I think Logan Sargent with the base livery, or vice versa with the Golf livery. One of them is the base livery and one is the Golf livery. I don't know which driver is going to be which, if it's Sargent or Alex Albon. But you are getting each driver in that set just with different liveries. So I think that's cool that they're doing that set. It is a set that's on my radar. I don't have any Scalextric track, so it'd be cool to get a little Scalextric track here to mess around with, and that would be the set that I get. And lastly, we have a Land Rover series, Shaun the Sheep. I'm not sure what that is. By looking at it, I guess it's a cartoon. Kind of looks familiar, the sheep. I never watched it, but it looks a little bit familiar, but it is, I guess, an animated series of some sorts. I mean, it looks pretty cool. The Land Rover itself looks awesome, and if you're a fan of the show, well, there you go. So that's a quick look at the summer releases for Scalextric, and I want to thank them for sending me over this list. I really appreciate it. It's really getting me excited for some of these cars. My list is a little bit big though. I got to kind of scale it back, so might get a little bit expensive. But I hope you enjoyed this. This has been MP Slot Car. I got to head out to the airport very shortly, and I'll see you all while I'm in the UK. And stay tuned for updates and videos while I'm there for whatever shenanigans we all get up to. Until next time, take care. I'm Massimo. Keep your guide in the slot. Catch you all very soon. Ciao.